Let's talk about breathing, which is quite interesting because oftentimes breathing is not something we would normally talk about or even think about. It just happens. Well, in this lesson, I am going to show you how to use different breathing techniques to help you reduce anxiety, especially before or even during your presentation. Now, one of the most effective techniques for managing anxiety, which is highly recommended by the way, is diaphragmatic breathing. By practicing how to effectively use this particular technique, you can calm your nerves, improve your focus, and deliver a confident and effective presentation. I'm going to show you step by step how to not only perform these techniques, but also how to use them to prepare for your presentation. Step one, how does the diaphragm work? Well, diaphragmatic breathing is also known as deep belly breathing or abdominal breathing. It actually involves engaging your diaphragm, which is a dome-shaped muscle that is located beneath your lungs. It is actually responsible for many bodily functions. But when it comes to breathing, your diaphragm helps your body move air in and out of your respiratory system. So how does it work? Well, when you breathe in, your diaphragm expands like a balloon being inflated. It then contracts, it tightens up, and it moves downwards. As it moves down, it creates more space in your chest to help your lungs expand as they begin to fill up with air. When you breathe out, your diaphragm relaxes and it moves upwards. This makes your chest get smaller and pushes the air out of your lungs. It's like when you let the air out of your balloon. So in other words, the diaphragm helps you breathe by contracting and relaxing. When it contracts, it helps you breathe in, and when it relaxes, it helps you breathe out. Step number two, getting started. When practicing diaphragmatic breathing, you'd want to be as comfortable as possible. So find a quiet place, find a very calm place so you can practice these techniques without any interruptions. You can sit or you can stand in an upright position, but just make sure that your spine is straight and it's not tense. It's very important. And lastly, try to wear very comfortable clothing so you wouldn't restrict your breathing. The looser, the better when it comes to clothes. Step number three, hand placement. Hand placement is very important, especially as a beginner. It helps with your mind and your body connection so that you can feel the contraction and the expansion of your abdomen when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Place one hand on your chest and the other hand on your abdomen, which is just below your rib cage. You want to feel your heart beating because you're about to embark on a whole new experience. And for the very first time, it may feel uncomfortable, but it will become easier. Step four, inhaling and exhaling. This next step requires you to inhale slowly and deeply through your nose. Then it requires you to exhale slowly through your mouth. Now, as you breathe in, imagine that your abdomen is a balloon that is being inflated. And as it fills with air, you are pushing your abdomen outward. Now, the hand that's placed on your abdomen should rise, while the other hand that's placed on your chest should remain relatively still. Remember, when you breathe in, your abdomen should rise, not your chest. Next, you'd want to exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing the air to escape in a very controlled manner. You also want to visualize that this is the balloon that's in your abdomen, and this balloon is getting smaller and is getting smaller as you exhale. You'd want to maintain a very steady rhythm when you're breathing. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to inhale for 4 seconds. We're going to hold it for 1 second. Then we're going to exhale for another 6 seconds. So inhale for 4, hold for 1, and exhale for 6. Let's try it together. Number 5, add in visualization. In order to enhance the visualization response, you can incorporate many different visualization techniques, many of which we have discussed in previous lessons. So as you inhale deeply, imagine a moment or even just an experience that was very common, a moment that felt pleasant, and that moment provided just an immense positive emotional response. Conversely, as you exhale, envision yourself releasing all negative tension, all the nervousness, even just all the self doubt. Just simply let it go. Remember, you'd want to practice these techniques as regularly as possible, especially if you start feeling anxious or overwhelmed before your presentation. The more you practice, the more natural and effective it will become. So, in conclusion, diaphragmatic breathing, it is a very powerful technique for many forms of anxiety, especially public speaking anxiety. By incorporating these amazing techniques into your daily routine as well as your public speaking engagements, you will experience a significant reduction in stress levels. Your focus will improve, and you will live a more healthy and happier and productive life.